Everybody, what's going on? Coach Grazione here. I'm bringing you guys a video tonight because I just heard the other day that the state of Florida, the gyms, except for Fort Lauderdale and Miami, I think, are going to be reopening on Monday. Now, if you're anything like me, if I didn't have the opportunity to train for 6 or 7 weeks in a row, I would be absolutely chomping at the bit, ready to get into the gym and have the best workout I've had in a long time. However, before you go full speed ahead, let me stop you in your tracks really quick and just provide you guys some detailed tidbits of information that I really feel like would help you guys in your first 2 weeks back into the gym. So because you haven't applied significant amounts of tension or load to your muscles within the last month and a half, it's very unlikely that the stimulus required for muscular hypertrophy is going to be one that's going to have to include tons and tons of volume. Now, it's very commonplace that the majority of physique athletes will go in and possibly do 3, 4, 5 sets on each specific exercise for a specific body part. For your first 2 weeks back into the gym, I would actually strongly advocate that you only work up to 2 top sets. I think for a more newly trained individual, maybe 1 top set could potentially be enough. But the whole concept here is that we're trying to avoid becoming excessively sore and accumulating a ton of fatigue in your first week back, primarily because you haven't had that stimulus on your body for the last month and a half. So a more educated, a more knowledgeable approach, something that would actually set you up long term to get back into the gym with success so you actually don't burn yourself out, is to start out with the primary exercises. Choose exercises for your lower body that you absolutely love. For me, it would be
there you go, Will.
a deadlift off the 3-inch blocks that I have here in the office. It would be a Smith machine, relatively close stance squat for my quads. It would be my leg extension, my hamstring curl, and my calf raise, and probably Bulgarian split squats, even though, you know, it's everybody's favorite exercise to hate. Those would be my top exercises for my leg days. However, what I would do is I would only work up to 2 top sets per movement, especially if I hadn't done a lot of volume ever since quarantine started. For my upper body, again, it would be the bread and butter exercises. It would be some form of chest press, some form of vertical pull, horizontal pull, overhead press, and some arm work. And essentially that would be it. That would pretty much make up all I would do for probably the first week to 2 weeks so that I can get back into the routine, reestablish my mind-muscle connection so that these exercises actually don't feel foreign to me any longer. If all you've been using is maybe your body weight or bands for the last 6 weeks, it's actually likely you could have improved your mind-muscle connection because of the accommodating resistance factor that bands actually offer. So use your brain when you're getting back into the gym. There's absolutely no reason to go in there and completely annihilate yourself because that fatigue is just going to carry over from day to day, week to week. And then before you know it, 3, 4 weeks into being back in the gym, chances are you'll be fatigued, exhausted. You wouldn't have established the foundational concepts of mind-muscle connection, really focused on those primary compound lifts so that you can start to work those back in and reassess how much volume you actually need to get some type of hypertrophic response. I'm gonna tell you guys a brief story really quick. So one of my really good friends, Christopher Bearcat, he came into my office the other day. It was probably last week, and we trained legs. And Chris hadn't applied significant load or lifted a barbell in I think like 6 weeks up until that point. And I believe, Chris can correct me if I'm wrong, but even an advanced natural bodybuilder like Chris Bearcat, when he didn't apply load for that long, when he came in here and I think we did 2 sets of RDLs, his hamstrings and his glutes, according to him, were sore for at least, I think, 3 or 4 days, he said. So just keep in context the fact that basically your body is resensitized to that hypertrophic response. So even if you were maybe up to doing 4 sets of RDLs or more, you could probably cut that load in half, reestablish your foundation, and start from there. Figure out, number 1, how much volume you actually need to create a hypertrophic stimulus. So how much volume do you need to actually feel it the next day? Figure out what the best exercises for your specific body type are. What exercises do you feel the most? And then just program those in throughout a 5-day training block. Do that for 2 weeks, and I can guarantee you'll be happy that you rebuilt your foundation so that you can adjust the training program in the weeks to come. I appreciate you guys for checking out this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. And when you walk into the gym Monday morning, or if you're crazy like some people, you'd go in Sunday night at 12 o'clock. When you walk into the gym, rethink what you're doing and just focus on reestablishing a really strong foundation for the long term. Again, my name is William Grazione. I'm the owner of The Educated Dieter Incorporated. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.